Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm a part-time reseller and stay-at-home mom, and these are the items that I sold January 12th through the 18th. I had 19 sales, 1 day of no sales, 11 eBay sales, 5 Posh sales, and 2 Depop sales. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'll let you know what my cost of goods were for the week, my total sales, and my net sales before taxes. So let's get started. Up first, we're gonna start with eBay. This is a Harper top that I've had literally forever. Cost of goods was 57 cents. I sent an offer, they accepted. It sold for $12.75. I netted $10.95. This is a wild story. These sold to a guy who has already returned them to me. He bought them. His wife didn't like the color. He paid to have them shipped back and returned to me. He repurchased them and hasn't returned them as of yet. I don't know if he realizes that he bought from the same person. I would assume he did. I don't know. I guess he was like regretting the fact that he returned them. Cost of goods was $0 because they were my mom's. There was an ad fee of 92 cents attached. I accepted an offer for $37.80 and I netted $32.28. These were Brooks Brothers. They were the Regent Fit plaid corduroy trousers. They sold in 11 days. I just bought them at the bins. Cost of goods was $153. They sold for $31.99 on my 20% off sale, and I netted $27.63. These were Lands' End, just athletic shorts. They sold within 28 days. Cost of goods was $107. I accepted an offer for $10. There was an ad fee of 34 cents attached, and I made $8. Again, I am accepting offers that I necessarily wouldn't accept because I'm trying to downsize before our move. These were my husband's. I accepted an offer for $35. Cost of goods was $0 because I don't know what he paid for them, and does it even matter because at least they're out of my house. I netted $32.55. This was my daughter's. So cost of goods was $0. It's just a Blueberry Boulevard handkerchief dress. It sold for $8. I accepted an offer and I netted $7.66. And again, accepting offers when they're kind of a lower price point bumps your algorithm and allows you to make more sales. So sometimes you miss out and sometimes you get lucky. This was a vintage Harvey, I don't know how you say it, Bernard linen blazer. Cost of goods was $228. It came from the bins. I sent an offer for $30.39 and they accepted, so I netted $26.71. These were my husband's. I've had them listed for kind of a while. So cost of goods was $0. There was an ad fee of 69 cents attached. I accepted an offer for $19.99 and I made $19.65. These were my husband's Hoka's. Cost of goods was a lot, but we're at least making some money back. They sold for $50. I accepted an offer, so I netted $42.85. This I've had forever as well, so it's nice to see some older things selling that I've had, because this and that Harper shirt would have been in my donate pile at the end of this round. So I accepted an offer for $8.55 and I netted $6.21 because the cost of goods was $211. And this was a club room. Cost of goods was $106. I accepted an offer. No, it sold for full price at $12.99. That's what I had it listed for. And there was an ad fee of 44 cents attached. I netted $10.49. This is a cup she suit. My mom buys a lot of cup shees. So if you see me selling a lot, the Amazon bins return place has lots of them. So she picks them up when they're $1 or 50 cents. This one was $1.06. I accepted an offer for $15 and I netted $10.94. These are Pixie high rise. They were new with tag. They're Old Navy. They sold in 31 days. Cost of goods was $105. I sent 30% offers and they accepted, so they sold for $21 and I netted $13.73. And I'm gonna say this because I have said it for a long time. Pixie high-rise pants from Old Navy, if you can get them cheap, always sell for me in the plus size. I don't know, people just like them. So I pick them up if they're $1 every time I see them. And they will sell, not for a ton, but they sell quick. This is a Mountain Hardwear Desna hoodie. Cost of goods was $3. It sold for $80 and I netted $58.98. I sent an offer for 20% off and they accepted. These are Western Chief, I think it's a Tractor Supply print. They're cold weather boots. They were little girls size 13-1. Cost of goods was $21. They sold for full price at $30 and I netted $21.89. And last but not least, another pair of shoes. I sold a lot of shoes this week. These are Stride Rite Everest snow boots. Cost of goods was $211. They sold for $30. I accepted an offer and I netted $21.89 on these as well. That brings my cost of goods for the week to $25.27. My total sales were $631.55 and my net sales before taxes were $441.53. Have a great day, guys. Bye.